Hello again, friends. Today we will gonna continue with full stack development with Spring MVC. We have prepared another project for today. As you already know from my previous tutorial, in these tutorials we will gonna test and see how it works projects that I have already made earlier. And I have created one e-commerce application with Spring MVC, Timeleaf, Webflow, Ajax, and so on. I have already added a project in the Eclipse. If you don't know how to do it, you will find in the link in the description. It will be a link of the project, and if you don't know how to edit to Eclipse, you can watch again my previous tutorial to see the procedure. I have already from the last time installed Tomcat and everything is almost prepared for the work. I will just open the project. You will see a lot of packages here: configuration, controller, one REST controller we have, converter, data, DTO, entity. Let's go to the entity. Of course, Spring Data JPA is included. We have relations with persistence, Hibernate persistence here. We have relations one-to-one, one-to-many. You will see now. Of course, these we have user. Users will be, or it will be admin, or it will be a customer. We have a cart. We have address, billing address, and shipping address. Each user will have a role, and of course, a cart will have an item. We will have each items that we want to buy. We will add them first in the cart, and later we will see if we will remove from the cart or will we buy that product. It depends. We will test all of these examples. Of course, repository is here. We will use Spring Data JPA. And one more important thing, but I suppose that you know from the previous tutorial, when we have, for example, if we have a cart entity here, we have each, for each entity we have equivalent DTO class, where we have, for example, one-to-many, and we have a list of a cart item entity. Here in the DTO we will have a list of integer of that cart item IDs. That is my way of doing to processing with persistence. It will be easier if we have for example, list of integer instead of a list of cart item DTO. Of course, if you want to do that on the another way, you can edit this project later after you download it from the GitHub. We will see how it works, but before we start, let's go back to the first. We will see our PG admin is already prepared. We will need it for each of these projects. We will need a PG admin. Of course, if you want to use MySQL, it's up to you. You just need to update it a little. Let's go back here. We don't have any database here. We'll just open in the configuration JPA persistence class, where we have connectivity with our database, and okay, these additional properties are fine. And here in the Hikari data source we have a driver class, which is fine, and we have a JDBC URL. That's important because the name of database will be Eccomerce. That means that we need to create a database and here it will be DDL auto will be updated. That means that we need first we need to create Eccomerce database in our PG admin. Let's create it, Eccomerce. I hope that spelling is correct. Okay, we have created our database. Now what we need to do, I will close this. I think that everything is okay. Now we'll just but before we run the project, let me check on the properties. I want to see web project settings. The most important thing is here in the web project settings. As I already explained in the previous tutorial, it's important to be context root. It needs to be /. By default, it is the name of the project, but each project which I make, first that thing that I change it before started, I am changing the context root to the /. And by default, link be localhost 8080 and /. Which is fine. We'll just apply and close. Now we can try to run our project. I will just right click and run as. Let's run on server. Let's click next. Okay, I have some project here which I will remove it. If you have previously any other project in it's better before starting this e-commerce store Spring 5 application. If you have some another project here, it is better to remove it. And now let's try to first we will finish. And now let's wait to unload it here in the Tomcat. Our Tomcat is already prepared. Okay, it will start. Now we'll just wait to see if everything will be fine. Okay, web browser is already open here in the Eclipse, but we will not use it here. I will just copy this link. Spring security is activated automatically. Let's go to our browser. Here we will open a new tab and we will just copy the link to see if everything will work properly. And we will test this application. And for now it works fine, but in order to enter this application we are redirected automatically to the login page, which means in order to enter the application we need to log in. I use for the front, I use a little bit of some templates. My knowledge of CSS is pretty much low. I know the basics only. I used a little bit of some templates from the GitHub and a little bit of Bootstrap to create this project. And let's try to go on home. And I don't have authority to see the page before I log in. Let's go back to Eclipse to explain you. Here on we will have two rows, role admin and role user, and by default here in the load data we have added the roles automatically in the database. We can check it and by default admin will not register on this page. We will add him automatically. Here we have admin, our famous admin John Doe, with email and password. It's admin123. This is just for testing purpose, and he has a byte enabled, disabled, but we will not, I think that we will not do it. I show you in the previous tutorials how we can suspend some user before of breaking the toes, which is fine. Now we can go to the PG admin to see if everything is okay with our tables, if they are created properly, and it is. Everything is fine. We have billing addresses, cart items, cards, customer order, products, roles, shipping addresses, users and users roles. And I will just create a query tool. Let's select star from the users. Our admin should be already inside. Select star from users. And here is the user. John Doe is inside, and of course password is encrypted. We already know that the password is 123. And also we can check if the roles are present. Okay, we have two roles, admin and a role user, which is fine. Of course we can check the user, select star from users roles. I think it's a proper name of the table. And user with ID 1, it has a role 1, which is admin, which is fine. When customers are registered later on the application, it will have a role ID number 2, which is a role user. For now, everything works as it should. And because we don't have currently any product in the database, I didn't load any product automatically. First, it is better for us to log in as admin in order to create some products. And let's try. Here is the email doe@love2code.com, and the password is admin123. I will just type admin to see if it works properly. As you can see, invalid username and password. The password is not correct. Let's try again. I will just type admin123, and now it should work. Okay, we are inside. As you can see, we have some menu. It's expanded a little. Here is our email doe@love.com. It is our principal username, and we have option to log out. We can see the product, we can add the product. We have about page, which is some page that I have download from the GitHub. This is not my creation. A CSS is not my strong part, and this also this carousel, I also use that template and add it to my application. I just add these images, which will be included in the source code. And if you log in properly, you should see this home page, which is okay. And this footer I have created by myself, some black space with some text inside, nothing special. This is just for educational purposes, all rights reserved. Doesn't matter, you can do with this project whatever you want. You can, if you want, you can add it in your CV if it will help you to find a job in the IT industry. It will be very fine. and very useful. And now what can we do here? We can go to the products to see the list, and here, as you can see, we don't have the products. I have created a table. Also, we will include the pagination here, but currently we don't have any product. Let's try to add some product, and here is the product form. We need to input some text, and we can select category. I have included in the category DTO some list inside the constructor, and of course you can change that list, or you can do whatever you want. You can add some other categories if you want, and also the products will include an image too. Now let's try to submit. Validation is also included in our DTO class. That means except description and image, all other fields needs to be filled up. We need to provide, as you can see, provide the manufacturer, some price, unit stock, and so on. Now let me see just a second. Some images. I have some product images here, which will I include in our project. You can download some images from the net, from the Google, the same thing as I did. I just downloaded some electronic images of electronic devices from the Google. Now I will try to create a product. Let me see just what I have here. Okay, Huawei P40. Let's create it. P40 description. It can be model, which is fine. Category mobile, Android. Okay, Android will be fine. Manufacturer, it can be Huawei. And price, the price is double. Okay, we can type 250 only. Number of products can be 6. And let's choose a file. But there is also one important thing that I need to explain you. Now we will just try to here is Huawei P40, and let's try to submit. Okay, we have added the product. His inside image is still not visible, but I need to first, in order to be visible, you need to go here in the resources, and in the static you will find images, and here you will find product images, where these images will be stored. You will see also this message. As I already explained you, I'm not using JUnit when I want to test my application. For me, it is easier to, like what I did here, to print something and to see if everything is working properly with a toString method and so on. Or I am printing something which will help me to discover if everything with application is working properly. And what I wanted to do, of course, here in the product images, it will be, but let me here on the controller to show you product controller. And we have, just a moment, when we want to add the product, of course we have some parameters here, product image with image name. You will find this file location, which is important, which is very important. and it should contain the complete path of your project. You will find, okay, and this is I copied the project in the C users. Of course, if your project is in D partition, you need to copy the most important thing. You need to copy entire path of your project. I will see to make some comment in the project to see, as you can see, e-commerce store Spring 5, the name of the project, but it needs to be in the Eclipse workspace. If your workspace has a different name and different folders, of course your folder is not Radovan, you need to enter entire path of your project. Otherwise this will not work and maybe exception will run. You need to set it up properly. I think that my project, I will see now, my project is in the Eclipse workspace, which is fine, and of course you can see Radovan is the name of the folder. It is usually the name of the computer. Path should be fine, and also you will update it. I think that you also need to update it here in the update section. It also, when we want to update a product, also you need to type the same entire path of the project here, and in delete also, because when we delete a product, we also want to delete that image, which is fine. Don't forget to do this, otherwise exception. I think that exception will run and application will stop working. Now I think our path is fine, and of course after you upload some images, here you will find on the resources static and product images. You need to refresh here, and now you will find here is the image which we have uploaded. But it will not work. I think that it will not work before we refresh. Now we can go to the products again, and the picture will be here, which is fine. And also this is page 1 of 1. I will show you in the resources. And okay, these are the images, and in the JavaScript you will find the folder. Okay, this one is for the slider. These two, knockout and knockout mapping, are knockout library that we will use later for the cart to remove to display and remove products items from the cart. And up pagination, here is a pagination, some JavaScript code to help us to do a pagination of the product successfully. Of course, we could use Pageable from Spring library, but I prefer most this way to use. I found this code. I'm also not expert of JavaScript, and I'm not expert at all. I'm beginner in the JavaScript. But I want, while I'm learning JavaScript, I like to type, for example, in the Google how to do pagination with JavaScript, and I found this code on the Stack Overflow. If you whenever you creating a project and when you have some problems, you will find in 99%. You will find a solution in the Stack Overflow, because you will find where the people had the same problems as you have. And I found this code in the Stack Overflow, and I just changed it a little to be well connected with my application, and I will use it to do pagination here. Also, I will use it for the pagination in my next project, and I am very thankful for this, for the author of this pagination function in the JavaScript. I'm so grateful, and as I already told you, we will use it in our next project too. Okay, I will just close it. That JavaScript file is already included. And we can now, what we can do, we can test it by, we can add some more project. By default, it will be display 5 products on one page. Here, let's try. Now let me see in the desktop. These are the product images. Okay, let's add more products in our application. Let me add this Lenovo T540. New model from Lenovo. That can be description. Category, it will be a laptop. Manufacturer, it can be a Lenovo. Price, we can type it, it can be a double, or we'll use integer. Later we will add some more product with a double prices. Number of products, it will be a stock, it will be 10, and let's select an image. And let's submit it to see if everything will work properly. As I already explained you, now we just need to go here on the resources. Where are the resources? Here the resources, and in the images, product images, let's refresh. Okay, the picture is here. Now we'll just go to the products again, and the image of a laptop is here. Now we can try to change a little bit. Here we can see the product. Now we are in the role of the administrator. We can see the product, we can hear the pencil to update the product, and we have here a trash can if we want, of course, to delete the product. Now let's see the product here. Let's see this Lenovo. We have a product details. ID is number 2, and we forgot also, we can see in the database to see if everything works fine. Select start from products. Okay, these are 2 products, which is fine. It works fine. Okay, here is the price and here is the unit. Everything is okay. Now we can see the product details, and here we have option to add to cart, but this is mostly from the user. User will have a button here to add the product to the cart, but now we are in the role of administrator. Administrator will not have a cart. Now here we can see the product details, and we have to return in all products, which is okay. Okay, see, the product works fine. Now here we can, if we want, we can update. We have a product update form, and also this will be available only if we are running the application in the role of the administrator, admin role. Mostly it's included almost everything, except we will need to change a category again if we want to submit. Now we can update it because we haven't selected the category. Of course we can select same category. Okay, I can change it. It will be doesn't matter, it can be Android. It's not, but we'll just test it. And instead of Lenovo, it can be HP. Price can be 635.55, some decimals. Stock can be 20, I don't know. instead of Lenovo I will just type HP. Doesn't matter, description can be the same. We just want to see if update function will work properly, and image it will be default. Now I will not change anything in the image. Let's try to submit. Number 2, as you can see, here is the product name HP, and the price has been changed, stock has been changed, manufacturer it's HP. Now that means that it works properly. Update is working, and now we can see if delete will work properly. Let's click here on the trash can, and we have option, are you sure you want to delete this product? Now we'll just click OK, and here it is. Everything is working fine. Let me check here on the database. It's everything working. We forgot to check updating. Now we can just update a little. Here we can update the price. Instead of 250 we can 350, 360. Stock will be 9, and it will be P70 for example, and we forgot to select Android will be category, and image will be default. I think that it will not be changed. Of course, as you can see, here is P70. Product price it has been changed, stock has been changed, and we can see if it will reflect in the database. Here is still P40. We need to run the query again, and as you can see, update is working fine, and delete is also working fine. Now what can I do? I will add some more products. I will pause the video. I will add 5 more products to see if pagination will work properly, and we are together in a couple of minutes. Now I have already added a couple of products here. As you can see, there are 7. Let me go to another page. I have 7 products inside. Images are still not loaded. Let me return here on the product images and I will just refresh it. Okay, here are the product images, and here I can just refresh the product page, and I have the products here. And pagination, as you can see, it works fine. Of course you can change it if you want. You can change it to 5. It's 5 by default. I make it 5, but you can change it to 10 products by page or 20. It's up to you. But our JavaScript pagination, it works fine. Let's click on the next page, and here we have some Nokia and Sony PlayStation 5 is working. We have tested the pagination is working. Let's see the product display. It's working fine. Let's return all the products. Of course, here on the pencil is update, which is working fine, and also delete option is working without any problems. But as I will tell you once again, update and delete option will be only available for the role admin. And I think that's almost everything. Okay, home page, about, add products. Okay, we don't have anything here, and the option that we can, I think that we have tested everything for the option. I don't have anything connected on here. Here on the about page, it's only just some template without any link. Now we can do what we can do now. We can log out. First we need to see if log out will working fine. Okay, we have this message, you have logged out successfully. Now again, we have options home, about, products, and login, but the most important is to log in. But let's go back. Of course, let's see on the products now if everything is okay. Okay, we have 7 products here, which is fine. Now, and in the customers, okay, users, we have just admin user, and if we want to select star from customers, we don't have we have no customers currently in the database. Now let's try to register some user. In order to register, we need to click here, but I just wanted to explain you before we start. Registration we will gonna do with Spring Web Flow. We have here, I will show you in our templates where are located our HTML files, and we will use a web flow. We have 2 flows. One is for checkout, when we want to check out our cart, and another flow is here for the registration, where we will register, and it has couple of HTML pages, and we have couple of operations. I think that it is easier to do registration and checkout because we need to pass some pages, and it is easier to do it in the Spring Web Flow. Of course, we have a couple of actions and view states here, and you will see it step by step when you download that code. And I also use this project to improve my skills with a Spring Web Flow. And here we have in the configuration, we have a Web Flow configuration where we will do the Spring Web Flow. These are flow locations, and the rest are the time live settings with the Spring Web Flow. I didn't find it in the Spring Web Flow documentation, and also again I found these settings in the Stack Overflow, and I'm also thankful to the author of the post, which was really helpful. Now I will just close this, and let's try to register. Let's click here, and we will enter to the flow. As you can see, execution E1 S1. This is the first flow execution page. First we need to provide customer info. These are mostly user details: first name, last name, email, password, and to confirm password, let's click on continue, and validation will be active automatically. We can continue if we don't provide these details, and of course also we will need to confirm password. Let's try. I will register as John Malinovsky as always, and the email will be malinovsky@love2code.com. Of course you can use different data, it's up to you. And the password will be Malinovsky01. It is easy for me to remember. And I will confirm password with 1 2 3 4, and I will continue, and I will have this alert: password does not match, which is great. It works fine as it should. In order to continue, I will need to provide the same password. And also in the Spring Web Flow, this is the first action. It is a view state to get customer info, and this is the view of the HTML page. This is customer details, and of course we have a transition. If we have successfully collect the user details, we will continue. And now let's retype this password: Malinovsky 01, and let's continue, and now it's okay. It works fine. Now we need to provide billing address info, and also we need in order to continue address. It will be, for example, street, the name of the street of Victory, and the city, it will be, for example, Canberra. State can be, I don't know the name of these states, but it can be the name of the city. City and state will be Canberra. Zip code, I don't know zip code for Canberra, but we will want 0234578 should be fine, and also country will be Australia. Now, if everything is fine, of course we have a couple of options here. We can go back to the previous page, we can return to the home page. Because we don't have, we are anonymous, we will be returned on the login page, and we can continue. But let me, okay, Australia, but validation is will also work here. Now we have also to provide shipping address info, and it will be the same like billing address. We can try validation. As you can see, it works fine, and we will use the same data. Okay, perfectly, like we did in the billing address. I will just continue, and also we need to provide a phone. Let's enter the phone. I don't know, 9955444754 should be fine. Let's continue, and a registration is completed without any problems. Now we can go back to the login page, and first, before we continue, we will now select start from the customers, and here is our customer with a phone, and it has a billing address ID is 9, card ID is 4, it's already created a card, shipping address and user ID. Let's check the users. Okay, here is the user, Malinovsky@love2code.com, John Malinovsky. It's enabled by default, encrypted password, and user ID is 3. Now we can also to see in the select star from billing addresses. I hope that I will not make any spell error. Okay, here is the data of the billing address, and also shipping address should be same, and also let's check the cards. Okay, we have a card ID, card price. It is the price of the card. It's null by default because we haven't any items inside, and the customer ID is 12. Let's see again if the customer ID. Okay, customer ID is 12, which is fine. These relations work properly. And also now I can try, before I log in, I can try to register again with the same. I will use the same data, password. Okay, it can be ABCD and ABCD. Just need to be the same. Okay, I can use the same data, but the problem is, the most important thing is the email. Now I will just continue, and also I will use the same phone number. And registration is failed. Now the problem is because email already exists. We have defined in the exceptions, we are defined couple of exceptions which extends runtime error exception. In order when we want to register with existing email address, it is exception the same as we did in the previous tutorial. And if this exception already, if we have already that email in the database, exception will run, and in the controller we have here exception controller, which works perfectly. But this is not exception. This is not exception. This is invalid user. It's only exception of the Spring MVC. Existing user is in the Spring web flow. Let me see. Okay, we have this exception: registration failed. Okay, here is defined. When we have action state to create user, where we will complete couple of operations. User, we have a user, billing address, shipping address. And here we have a customer. We will use this service handler, customer service handle, to add a customer, which is a fine. First we will provide everything: user, billing address, shipping address. And when we collect, and also we will have a customer form, and we will use everything from the customer service handler. We have defined it we will have customer, user, billing address, and shipping address as parameters. We will run this function from the customer service implementation to save the customer. And if everything is fine, we will go to the register complete section. And in the case, if the existing email exception is activated, we will be redirected here to the register failed state. And here is the view, and of course we will have only transition to retry. You will need to practice a little bit of Spring Flow to see how it works. This is, as you can see, this will only registration failed state will run only on this exception, existing email exception, which we have defined in our exception package. That works fine. Now if we want, now we can retry again if we want. Now we can register some user. I need some name. Okay, it will be Mark. Last name will be Vondolovsky. Email address can be vondolovsky@love2code.com. Password will be Vondolovsky01, and I will confirm it the same, Vondolovsky01. I hope it will match. And I need to provide some address. That can be some name. For example, it will be Red Avenue. City. What city can be? It can be Indianapolis. State. Which state? I think that it's Indiana. I don't know. This is just example. I'm not a geography expert. Zip code 555789. It's also just a testing purpose, and the country will be USA, which will be fine. And address, I forgot the address. I think that it's Red Avenue. Okay, that's fine. City, Indianapolis, which is fine. State, Indiana. Okay, here is the zip code, and the country will be USA, which will be fine. Let's just continue. The phone number 6893222, doesn't matter. Let's go to the continue, and registration is completed. And now we will just check in the customers. Okay, here is the new customer, and in the user section it should be fine. Here is our another user which have been registered. Mark Vondolovsky is here. Now we will log into the application. Of course, if we want to log in without any data or wrong data, we will have this message: invalid username and password. Now let's try in the email malinovsky@lowtocode.com, and the password is malinovsky01. And if everything is okay, we will go to here to the home page with this beautiful carousel with some products here, which is perfectly fine. Of course, as you can see, we have a products option. We don't have to add products, and here is our username, which is the name of the email, and we have a logout option, and here we have about section will be the same like we have in the admin section, and here we have a product. And now, as I already mentioned, here in the product section we have a list of products, but we have only this option to just to see the product. And in the product details we will see the image, and we have option to return to the old products. We have option to add to the cart, and we can go to the cart. Now let's go to the cart. Here we will see the list of products purchased, but we haven't purchased any product. And here is the option to clear the cart and to check out. And if we want to check out, we will have the exception invalid cart. And why is that? Because we don't have any product in our cart, and here we need to return. Let's browse products again. Now here is this Nintendo Switch. We have 10 in the stock. Let's click here, and let's try to add it to cart. And here is added successfully. We did it with Ajax. We have in the cart items, we have that REST controller, and we will use it is the REST controller. We will use this REST controller to add the product without refreshing the page. Now I will just click OK. Now we can check in the database. Select star from cart items, and we have ID. It is ID 17. This is the price of the product, 484 with some decimals. We clicked only one, that quantity is 1, and cart ID is 11, and this is a product ID. We can see the carts if the price is updated. And as you can see, with cart ID 11, we have a price which is updated. Now, what we can do if we want, we will not refresh. We can simply add 2 more products to see if it will be updated. Now we can update, and the price is updated, which is fine. Now we have more decimals, which is not so good if we have it in the display. But here in the price we have set it up to only 2. If we have a lot of decimals, only 2 decimals will be displayed, because it will be better. Imagine that we have 10 decimals. It will not be it will not be good. Now we can go to the cart and we will see the product ID is Nintendo Switch, quantity is 3, we have a price and the cart price, which is fine, and here is grand total price. To understand it better, we will add some more products. Let's continue shopping, and what we can, let's this Nintendo NES, very old product. It was my favorite toy when I was a kid, and let's add it to cart. We can add 2 of them, doesn't matter, and this is just for testing purpose. Okay, and we can buy some TV, which is fine. Let's all products, and we can add we can also PlayStation add to the cart. This is the price. We can add once, we can add twice. And now what can we do? We added some items in the cart. We can see how it works. And here it is. Here is our cart, a list of products purchased. And we have, as you can see, we have a unit price, and this is a cart price. For example, we have 3 Nintendo Switch. This is individual price. We have quantity is 3, and this is a cart price. And also for the Nintendo NES, 120, quantity is 2, and the cart price is 240. The same we did with the rest 2 items. We have 4 items in the cart with different quantities. Here is cart price for the Nintendo, and this is grand total price of the price of our cart. Now we have an option. If we want, we can clear the cart, we can remove some individual item from the cart, or we can check out. Now let's see first individual removing, how it works. Let's remove this LED TV from the, and this is also, we will do it with Knockout JS and Ajax. We want to remove an item from the cart without refreshing the page. We will see, we have a question, are you sure you want to remove item? Let's click OK, and OK, as you can see, we did it without refreshing the page. Item is removed, and grand total price is changed. Let's see in the cart now, cart price, it's changed, which is fine. And also cart, select start from cart items to see if everything is okay. We have 3 items, which is fine. Now let's try just we can Sony PlayStation will remove it from cart. The price is cart price is updated, which is fine, and we will see in the cart items now it's updated successfully. Now we have 2 items in the cart remaining. Now if we want to clear the cart, we have 2 items. We can, let's continue shopping, and let's add the phone once. I think that we don't have this and we can go to the cart again. We have added successfully. Let me see. Okay, here is the next item in the cart. We have 3 items, and here is the grand total price. Now if we don't want to buy anything, we can go here to clear the cart. Are you sure you want to clear the cart? Okay, and we did it without refreshing the page. That is advantage of Ajax, and I will see in the next tutorials to implement more Ajax in our applications. I'm also not so good in the JavaScript and Ajax. I'm trying to improve, and I will do it by adding more and more of Ajax in my applications. Now We can check out. If we want to check out again, we will not be able to do it because our cart is empty. We need to add some products again in our cart if we want to. I will add a laptop, and I will add these two of Nintendo NES, my favorite. I will add it 2 times, and I will go to the cart. And here is the cart. We have a laptop Lenovo, and we have 2 Nintendo NES. Now we have grand total price here, which is fine. And also, and let me add one product with decimals. I can add this Nintendo Switch, and I will go to the cart, and it works fine. This is a grand total price. Now we can go to the checkout, and where it is another operation by Spring Webflow. It will be what we will do here in this flow. We will confirm all the data or our personal data which we have entered in the registration process. We will confirm it again. For example, this is confirm user customer info. We can, if we want to change personal data, which is not logic, but we will just do it with educational purposes. Now here, if we want, this is John Malinovsky. We can change the name, last name, and email after. If we click on the continue, now first we can click on cancel, and checkout operation is cancelled, and we have the option to return on the product page. Now we can go to the cart again, and we will check out. Of course, let's select start from users. I will just show you users. And here is the user data. This is the user, current user John Malinovsky, and we will just change it to. But if we want to change it, we will delete everything. If we type continue, validation will activate because we haven't. And this is just update function. We have added this data already, and here we just need to confirm it. If we change this something, it will be automatically updated in the database. Now I will change it to bread, for example, and I will click continue. And here we are in the option to change the billing address. And let me refresh here, select start from users, and now you will see this user Malinovsky at love to code. Now the name is Brad Malinovsky, which works fine. And here we can click on back. You will see that now customer info, the first name is Brad Malinovsky. This is update function working fine. Now we will do the same. Here we have Street of Victory. We will just it will be Green Avenue. Let me just select start from billing addresses. Okay, here is the Street of Victory, Canberra. This is for the user of John Malinovsky. I will just change it, Green Avenue. And city, instead of Canberra, it will be Perth. Let me change it. The rest should be fine. Zip code and the country, it can be the same. I will just continue. And now I'm on the shipping address confirmation. I will just click back on the billing address confirmation. As you can see, it's changed already. We will see if the changes are made in the database. And here is the Grand Avenue. Now instead of Canberra, it is a Perth, which works fine. We are doing verifying these operations with the Spring Webflow. Now I will just continue. I will leave it everything as it is. And here I will change it to Green Avenue, and instead of Canberra will be Perth. This is a shipping address. Let's see, instead of billing, it will be shipping addresses. Its still address is Canberra and Street of Victory. Now we'll change it to Green Avenue and it will be Perth. Let's click on continue and we will see if changes are made in the database. Now it's Green Avenue in the Perth, and here if we click on back, the changes are already applied. Customer phone, we can leave it, it will be the same. We will leave it as it is. We can click on the continue, and now we have order confirmation section. We will have here shipping address. As you can see, shipping address is Green Avenue, Perth. We have changed the shipping address. The billing address is the same, and we have a shipping date, which is date of now. It's 4 December 2022. It's 2:27 p.m. currently, and we have this is the receipt, and where we have the products that we want to order: 1 Lenovo, 2 Nintendo NES, and 1 Nintendo Switch. And here is the grand total price. Now we have option to go back, to cancel the order, or to continue the order. We will see, select star from customer orders. I think it's customer orders right now, before we don't have anything, and also we don't have anything from cart items. Okay, these are 3 items, but after we confirm the order, our cart should be cleared and order should be added in the database. Now we will see, now we will just click on the continue and thank you for your business. Of course, we will click on OK and we will be returned on the home page. We will see in the database now cart items. We don't have cart items because we have completed the order. We made it so when we complete the order, cart items inside the cart will be cleared and order should be executed. Now we will go to the database to see if we have customer orders, and the order is executed. We have order ID and billing address ID, cart ID, customer ID, and shipping address ID, which is fine. And now if we want to go here, we are logged in as Malinovsky. Let's go to the products. As you can see, let me see if stock. Okay, we have only 2 Nintendo NES in the stock. The stock is also reduced. And now if we want to go to the cart, we don't have anything in the cart. If we want to check out, it's invalid cart. If we want to buy something again, we need to add the products in the cart. And I will just log out and I will log as another user. Let me remember what is the name. Select star from users. What is the name? Okay, it's Mark Vondolovsky and the email is vondolovsky@love2code and the password should be vondolovsky01. I think that's the password. Now I will just log in as another user. And let's go here to the products. And let's test a few more examples. For example, let's go to this Nintendo NES. We have only 2 in the stock. Let's try to add 3 or 4 of them in the cart, which will be fine. And let's return to all products and let me I can buy one more Nintendo Switch. Add to cart and let's go to the cart. And here is our cart. We will not clear the cart, that works fine. Here is our grand total price: 4 of the Nintendo NES and 1 Nintendo Switch. But we have only 2 Nintendo NES in the stock. Now let's see what will happen. I made some exception of insufficient stock. And let me see if everything will work properly. Mark Vondolovsky, it's okay, continue. For example, we are on the shipping address confirmation. If we want to go back, we will return on the customer. I just wanted to test back button. Cancel already is working. And now let's confirm everything. We will not change it everything. We just want, we have this receipt. Here is the address, here is the shipping date. And let's confirm our shop. As you can see, insufficient product stocks, please update your cart. Okay, it doesn't have so many logics here, but I just wanted to make it more real. We have only 2 Nintendo NES in the stock, and we have ordered 4 of them, and there is not enough of Nintendo console to be delivered, and that means that we need to update our cart. And we can check again, select star from customer orders, and this order should not be executed. We have only 1 order. And let's try again. Let's go to the cart, because we have only 2 Nintendo NES in the stock and we have ordered 4. Now let's return to the stock and let's remove this Nintendo. We will continue shopping. We will add only 2 now to see if everything will work fine. Once, twice, we have 2 Nintendos. Now we will go to the, let's go to the cart again. Oh, I have, these are 3 Nintendo Switch, it's my mistake. Okay, I will leave it as it is. I will just add 2 Nintendo NES. Let's go to the Nintendo NES. I will add it to the cart once, twice. And here are 2 Nintendo NES and 3 Nintendo Switch in the, okay, the 1,693 euros. It's too expensive, but this is just educational. Now let's go to the checkout. I will not change anything. Let's go to continue. Continue again, continue. Here is the receipt, here are the products, and I will continue, and the order is executed. Now we'll just see, select star from the customer orders. Here is the order ID is 29, billing address ID, because we did order with another customer, and this everything is as it should be. And now let's go here in the products. So let's check our cart. Okay, grand total price is 0 because our cart is already cleared. But let's check on the products. We have only 2 Nintendo NES in the stock. And let's go to the next. And now you will see interesting thing here. We had before this order, we had only 2 Nintendo NES in the stock. We have ordered 2 Nintendos, which order was completed, but we have no more Nintendos in the stock, and we have these messages. As you can see, we have a 9 Nintendo Switch. We have now only 6, and that works fine. Of course, if we do the same thing, for example, what we have 8 Normande TVs. Let's try to buy 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. For example, let's go to cart. We have 8 Normandes. Now let's go to execute. Everything is fine. Let's just execute that order. We have 8 Normande TVs, and let's execute that order, which is perfect. And now Let's see on the products and in the database customer orders. This order is executed with the same cart ID 15. It is the cart ID from another user. Just a second. And now we should have the same display message for the Normande TV. As you can see, we don't have any more Nintendo NES and no more Normande TV. Now let's see the Normande TV. I made it so when we have a product out of the stock, we will not we will not be able to add that product in the cart. That is also, I made it in the, you will see in the time leave section. For example, it is here in the, just a moment, here on the product details product page. I made it. Here is my time leave page. I don't remember where is it now. Of course, you will see on the TH block what will be visible for the user and what will be visible. Here it is. If a product, it will be only visible if product unit stock will be greater than 0. We will have that option to see that button. Otherwise, this button will not be visible. And our application is working fine now. If we just want, we can log out, and it works fine. Of course, if you want to add some more options in this project, you can do it. This project will be very useful for you to practice the Spring MVC, also with Spring Webflow, of course, with a little bit of jQuery and Ajax. In our next project, I will create it similar e-commerce with more options. For example, we can have some. We want to see the orders and what is ordered. We can have some of the reviews and so on. And I also want to go a little bit deeper with Ajax. I want to do more operation with Ajax. And why is Ajax important? Because we can complete operations without refreshing the pages, which can be very useful. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want more projects. I will publish some more projects in the future. And also, of course, you will have a link, source code available in the description. When you download the source code, don't forget to give me a star, subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me in the Instagram, and you can ask me some questions in the Instagram or in the comment section. And I will see you in the next project soon.